Invite all the dignitaries to the dais. Please be seated. We welcome the dignitaries to take the dais.
play பண்ணிங்க நான் ஆப்ஷன்
Lord, you are my God. I will exalt you and praise your name, for in perfect faithfulness you have done wonderful things planned long ago. Let's all stand on our feet for the prayer song, and let's all remain stand for the invocation and the call and song. May I now invite our Head Department of Mathematics, Dr. P. Mariappan, to welcome the gathering.
அவையிலே கூடியிருக்கின்ற அத்துணை நல்ல உள்ளங்களுக்கும் எங்களது தீபர் கணிதத்துறை சார்பில் இனிய மதிய வணக்கத்தை உரித்தாக்கிக் கொள்கின்றேன். இங்கே நாம் எல்லோரும் ஒரு சேர குழுவை இருப்பது எதற்காக என்பதை நாம் நன்கறிவோம். நாம் தேசிய அறிவியல் வார விழாவினை 7A தீபர் கல்லூரிக்கு உரித்தான பண்பாட்டு முறையிலே நடத்தி கொண்டிருக்கின்றோம். Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to one and all gathered here to celebrate the National Scientific Big Function. In our midst, we have a great personality of India, Dr. Irfan Begum, a renowned scientist. She did her research in zoology and specialized in morphotaxonomy. I welcome Madam. It's full of joy for the presence in this mega event. Everyone knows the term USP is very much important in marketing. That is nothing but a unique selling proposition. Likewise, in our midst, we have one Jambawan, Dr. USJ. He is none other than our Vice Principal, Dr. Umesh Samuel Jabuzilan. Hello, sir. He is a multifaceted personality, astronomical man, leader in society, banker, and whatnot. Moreover, the live dynamism, what he is having is a remarkable one. We can replace his name for the word dynamic. He is through J. Manohar. I welcome you, sir. இங்கே மணியாக வீட்டிற்கும் எம்துறை மாணவர் சங்க தலைவராகிய பேராசிரியர் ஏச்சிஎம் அவர்களை வரவேற்பதில் மிக்க மகிழ்ச்சி அடைகின்றேன். By this time you know why I have called him as Mani. Period appropriation, right? கார் இல்லாமல் மழை இல்லை, அதே போல் மாணவர்களாகிய நீங்கள் இல்லாமல் எந்த ஒரு விழாவும் சிறக்காது. இங்கே அலை கடலென திறந்து நிற்கும் எமது அத்துணை மாணாக்க செல்வங்களையும் வரவேற்பதில் நான் மிக்க பெருமை அடைகின்றேன். My special word of welcome to all faculties of my departments and all professors from other departments of our college, and a special word of welcome to our Dean, IQAC, and for all the members. I welcome you all. எல்லோரையும் வரவேற்க வந்த நான் அத்தோடு நின்று விடாமல் ஒரு சிறிய கருத்தினை பதிவிட விரும்புகின்றேன். ஒரு சில மணித்துளிகளில் என்னுடைய கருத்தினை பதிவிட்டு அமர்வேன். இந்த தேசிய அறிவியல் வார விழாவை பற்றி என்னும் சமயத்தில் என் கண்கள் முன் தோன்றியவர் நம் தெய்வப்புலவர் திருவள்ளுவர். நாம் தற்காலத்தில் பல்வேறு அறிவியல் கண்டுபிடிப்புகளை அசாத்தியமாக நிகழ்த்தி கொண்டிருக்கின்றோம். அம்மாதிரி நம்மை நாம் செய்து கொண்டிருக்கும் சமயத்திலே வள்ளுவர் மட்டும் சும்மா இருந்திருப்பாரா என்று எண்ணி அவருக்கும் அறிவியலுக்கும் ஏதாவது தொடர்பு உள்ளதா என்று அறிய முற்பட்டேன். In the scientific world during 18th century, they invented a special case, morphology of aquatic plant group. அதாவது குளத்திலே நீர் உயர்ந்தால் செடியின் தண்டு உயரும், நீர் குறைந்தால் செடியின் தண்டு உயரம் குறையும் என்ற தத்துவத்தை 18ஆம் நூற்றாண்டு நமது அறிவியலார் கண்டுபிடித்தார்கள். இதனையே 2000 ஆண்டுகளுக்கு முன்னால் வாழ்ந்த நமது திருவள்ளுவர் மிக அழகாக வெள்ளத்தனை மலரிட்ட மாதம் உள்ளத்தனை உயர்வு என்று மிக அழகாக குறிப்பிட்டுள்ளார். ஏனைய வரிகளில் நாம் 18ஆம் நூற்றாண்டில் கண்டுபிடித்த அந்த அறிவியல் தத்துவத்தை 2000 ஆண்டுகளுக்கு முன்னாலே அவர் மிக தெளிவாக நமது கோட்பாவிலே சொல்லியிருக்கின்றார். With rising flood, the rising lotus flower, its steam and winds, the dignity of men is measured by their minds. This same Thirukkural in English for your reference now. அதற்கு மேலாக நாம் எல்லாரும் தெரியும் நியூட்டனின் 3வது விதி, நியூட்டன்ஸ் third law. தமிழிலே ஒவ்வொரு வினைக்கும் ஒரு எதிர்வினை உண்டு. இதனையே திருவள்ளுவர் மிக அழகாக பிறர்க்கின்னா முற்பகல் செய்யின் தமக்கின்னா பிற்பகல் தாமே வரும் என்று மிக அழகாக சொல்லியிருக்கின்றார். The year the non-time you to others evil too before the even die will evit visit you. That is a English translation for the particular திருக்குறள். கண்டது மண்ணும் ஒரு நாள் அலர் மண்ணும் திங்களை பாம்பு கொண்டற்று. நம்ம எல்லாரும் இப்பதான் சூரியனை பத்தி பேசிட்டு இருக்கோம். திருவள்ளுவர் அப்பவே சொல்லிட்டாரு இல்லைங்களா? காதலரை கண்டது ஒரு நாள், அதனால் உண்டாகிய அலரோ அந்த பிரச்சனையோ திங்களை பாம்பு உட்கொண்ட செய்தி போல எங்கும் பரவிவிட்டது. இங்கே திருவள்ளுவர் சூரிய கிரகணம் பற்றி குறிப்பிட்டுள்ளார். In English, I saw him but one single day. Rumor spreads soon as darkness when the dragon seizes on the moon. இறுதியாக மிகினும் குறையினும் நோய் செய்யும் நூலோர் வழி முதலா எண்ணிய மூன்று. மருத்துவ நூலோர் வாதம் பித்தம் சிலேத்துவம் என எண்ணிய மூன்றும் அளவுக்கு மிகுந்தாலும் குறைந்தாலும் நோய் உண்டாகும் என்று கூறியுள்ளார். The learned books come free, the wind as first of those as anyone provide or fail, it will cause disease. So இதன் மூலம் இது ஒரு மிகச்சிறிய பகுதிதான். திருக்குறளை திறனாய்வு செய்யும் பொழுது ஏகப்பட்ட விஷயங்கள் இருக்கின்றன அறிவியலை பற்றி. இதன் மூலம் நாம் அனைவருக்கும் தெரிவது என்னவென்றால் திருவள்ளுவரும் நமக்கு ஒரு அருமையான அறிவியல் ஆசானி என்பதை வலியுறுத்தி கூறி எனது வரவேற்புரையை இனிதே நிறைவு செய்கின்றேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம். To celebrate this mega event. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Government of India is celebrating a year-long program, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, to pay homage and showcase India's achievements in 75 years of independence. The Government of India's Science and Technology organizations, in close partnership with state agencies, are leveraging this Mahotsav as an opportunity to celebrate science and technology achievements over the 75 years through programs and to highlight the work being done by research and development organizations from across the country. The Amrit Mahotsav Science Showcase, also titled Vigyan, Sarvatra, Pujyate, display of scientific legacy and technology prowess that have helped find solutions to problems in defense, space, health, agriculture, astronomy, and others. This event, supported by DST, DBT, CSIR, MOEs, DAE, DOS, ICMR, AICTE, IGNOU, and DRDO, under the leadership of the Office of the Principal Scientific Officer to the Government of India and the Ministry of Culture. Vigyan Prasad has been given the responsibility for coordinating the event. May I now request Mr. J. Manoharan, State Coordinator of Tamil Nadu Astronomical Science Society, to honor our chief guest with some books. Thank you, ma'am, and thank you, sir. May I now request Dr. A. Umesh Samuel Jagasilan, Vice Principal Projects of Bishop Heber College, to give the presidential address.
Respected and honorable chief guest of this function, Dr. Ifana Begum, Project Officer, EduSat, DST, New Delhi. Respected State Coordinator, Mr. Manoharan sir. Respected Head of the Department, my learned colleagues and dear students, warm good afternoon. It gives me immense pleasure in standing before you to preside over this particular function, National Science Week celebration, especially special lecture on unsung heroes and heroines in science and technology. I think Dr. Mariappan has already finished presidential address. He was quoting a lot of Tirukurals and translated into English. He has finished most of my part. So I'll be very brief in my presidential address. Why do we need such kind of celebrations? As rightly pointed out by the MC, see, this is a program where we are going to recognize the contribution of various scientists in the field of science and technology. They have taken a lot of efforts, painting efforts, and based on their contribution, India has reached the pinnacle of excellence in science and technology. Therefore, the primary objective is to recognize them, to acknowledge their contribution. Not only that, I could see one of the unique in this particular celebration is that they are planning for 25 years ahead. I remember one of the leading psychologists, probably many of you know that Abraham Maslow. See, Abraham Maslow talks about 5 hierarchy of need. Now we are going to listen to the lecture from the eminent person about the unsung heroes and heroines. I could see a lot of heroines here, less heroes. Am I right? Okay. So the main purpose is that everybody we want you to be heroes and heroines, so that the country can develop. Now, according to Maslow's theory, there are 5 stages to reach human aspiration or what he or she wants to be. The first need is a physiological need, the basic need. Unless or until that basic need is fulfilled, we cannot aspire to the next stage or the next step moving up ladder. The second, once he is satisfied with the basic need or the physiological need, the second stage is security need. Okay. Now you see what is happening in Ukraine, no? Because a lot of unsecure feelings, no? A lot of bombshells. This morning I had a chance of listening to a beautiful lecture by the eminent scientist, the director of DRDO from Harvard. He was talking about different missiles, guns, then tanks, how it is operated, what are the technology, how India, superpowers, even America and Russia. Okay, I think you would have missed that particular section. It's a beautiful section I listened. So the second need is a security need. Am I secure in this particular world or where I stay? If that is fulfilled, then I'll be thinking about going to the third stage. Third stage, we talk about the social needs, fulfilling the social needs, which means I try to establish the social network. I develop certain friends, the close friends, and I establish a link with other people. That is the third need. Once my third need is fulfilled, then I'll be thinking about the fourth need, which we call it as self-esteem. Okay, where I try to establish my identity, who I am. Once that is fulfilled, I'll be talking about my self-activity, what I want to be. What are the desires and aspirations within me, how I'm going to fulfill it. So the same thing, I think the science and technology is fulfilling. Not only that, they're taking care of the present need of our society, but also over the 25 years, what is going to be the technological change that is going to be taking place in our society? How we are going to achieve that? What sort of planning is required? What sort of organizing is required? How are we going to implement? What sort of infrastructure is going to develop like that? I think some of you would have heard about, many of you would have heard about the Green Revolution. Probably you would have studied in your school days, Green Revolution, because India has achieved and we have reached self-sufficiency in various areas, food or fuel or space, like that. Okay, now people talk about the White Revolution, people talk about the Blue Revolution. Now we are talking about IT revolution, isn't it? We have not heard about online teaching earlier, am I right? Thanks to Corona. Though it has an adverse impact on the society, it's taken many lives, it has certain positive also. Even kindergarten students, the LKG and UKG, they are able to use the network and they are able to study, isn't it? So that is what the technological advancement, okay, online classes. In those days, I remember that even 10 years back when we had I think a Department of Zoology organized an international conference that the Nobel laureate spoke through video conference. That was a great achievement in those days. Now, what happens? You see the society, today's new, maybe tomorrow's old. Every day, there's a lot of changes has been taking place unless or until we acute. Okay, unless or until we update our knowledge, we will be nowhere in our society. That is the point they want to emphasize through science and technology. Okay, they are planning for 2047 how India should move towards. Right from that, they started to plan, and they're targeting youngsters like you. That is the reason why we are celebrating a National Science Week from February 22nd to tomorrow 28th. Okay. Thanks to Mr. Manogaran sir for giving an opportunity for Bisheba College to share this particular view. I think we have received many scientists. Okay, they have shared their experience that is going to be helpful for Bisheba College students, isn't it? Okay, because they want Bisheba College to come up a ladder. We want everyone to excel. Everyone, we want to be a heroes and heroines. The next part, I think the eminent person will be handling that, how we want to become a heroes. And by listening to the experience of the heroines and heroines, probably that may be useful for you to follow a role model for you, because God has given us talent. How far we are going to use the talent is very, very important. I mean, knowledge is important. Knowledge alone will be sufficient for any human being. How far you translate knowledge into action, that we call it a skill. That is very, very important. I think with the help of the resource person, you'll be in a better position to understand what sort of difficulties the lot of heroes and heroines undergone to achieve excellence in their life. That is going to be helpful to move forward in our society. I don't want to take much of your time. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank the organizing secretary, Dr. Josephine Prabha, Dean of Sciences, as well as I'd like to thank special word of thanks to Manogaran sir for having organized this particular program. I acknowledge the presence of Dean IPSC Principal is there. She will be always confident on quality, okay, quality education and quality of the individual. Thank you very much. God bless you. My final thanks to your head of the department, Dr. Mariappan, for having given me the opportunity to preside over this function. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much, sir. I now call upon Dr. M. Evangeline Chebasili, Assistant Professor of Mathematics, to introduce our renowned scientist, Dr. Irfana Begum.
It's my great pleasure to introduce our chief guest, Dr. Irfana Begum. She is a project officer, EDU at Vigyan, PhD, New Delhi. And she is an associate editor of monthly Urban newsletter, Taja Source. She has finished her doctorate in zoology from CSJM University, Kanpur. She has published a research-related book in Germany. She has published 36 research articles in national and international level. Dr. Irfana Begum has prepared 25 handbooks on science activities for children. She was awarded as a young poetess and young story writer. She has delivered many scientific lectures on radio and television. We are very proud to have such an eminent person in our midst. Now I hand over the session to Dr. Irfana Begum.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. So,
you can see the title of, I just came little slightly in the title of my presentation. I just mentioned answer heroes of science and technology. And why I did not mention heroines, actually in morning session when I was talking about the women in science and technology, then I listened to the chairperson of that session, and she said why we make everything gender biased. So that why we cannot say heroes of science and technology to the women. And second, when I was preparing my presentation, and that time I asked to one of my niece, he is only 5 years, that would you like to be a hero? Then immediately she responds like Salman Khan. But मैं तो लड़की हूँ, she is a girl, so she cannot be hero. Therefore, I think at least we should not be gender biased in science and technology. Therefore, I just remove the heroine from this place. So all of us are heroes for the science and technology. And as all of you know, our this program is celebrating on behalf of 75 years of independence. And since last 75 years and more than that, lots of scientists born in India and they did lots of research. But all of us read in our textbook as well as research papers from the scientists from the outside of the country. And lots of scientists who are our Indian scientists, but we are not able to recognize them that they did work inside the India, and first they did their work, later on world recognized that particular terminology or particular word. Like Ibn Haytham, 1000 years back, Ibn Haytham did some research on optics, but people never know that Ibn Haytham did this work. But after 1000 years, people come to know that Ibn Haytham start working on the optics, and now everyone know about that Ibn Haytham is working on the optics. Otherwise, before that, everyone thinks some European scientists work on the optics, and so whenever we just recognize the people, then we will be able to sing the song about their inventions and will be able to recognize them. Therefore, I just make this presentation that since last 100 years, to whom we are missing. At the morning time, I just take visit of this university campus, and I was able to find here Vigyan and university makes lots of posters and displayed that posters. There are lots of scientists, biographies are also there, but still we are missing some more scientists, and there are some stories are also missing, which we must tell to everyone so that we are able to do something new in our life. We are able to understand our strength, what is our strength. So this photograph is Adishi Kasji Wadia. Most of the people even cannot take his name rightly. He is the first scientist who got the Fellow of Royal Society from India in 1800. 1841, he got the Fellow of Royal Society, and he was the person who invented the floating, how the ships are floating on the water. But no one knows till now that who is the first person who said such kind of invention. Radhanath Sikdar. Radhanath Sikdar is the person who measured the height of Mount Everest. But most of us don't know even about his invention. And Radhanath Sikdar was the student of a British teacher, and he was unable to understand that how we can measure the height of Mount Everest. Then he gave this work to Radhanath Sikdar. Then Radhanath Sikdar measured a triangle, Odisha, Himalayan belt, and then he drive a triangle. Later on, he will be able to identify the height of Himalaya. Then third one is Chandramukhi Bose. Like Chandramukhi was the first two female graduates. She is the one of first two female graduates because she is along with Kadambini Ganguly. Both Kadambini Ganguly and Chandramukhi Bose both received their graduation in 1882, but Chandramukhi Bose completed her degree before 2 years before Kadambini Ganguly, and it was declared university in 2000 that Chandramukhi Bose received 2 years before, but university was not awarded his degree because she was female. So that university stopped keep her degree on hold, and after 2 years when Chandramukhi Ganguly got her graduation degree, then university declared Chandramukhi Bose degree also, so that these two ladies got a bachelor degree altogether. Kadambini Ganguly, she is the one of Indian female doctor. That time female doctors are known as the midwives only, and no one thinks that female doctor could be a doctor. So generally, when she take admission in the medical faculty, then everyone says that why you are going midwife's job, why you are trying, because she is from belongs to a reputed family, and in that high class family, no one liked that their daughter could go in the midwife work. So she faced lots of aggressiveness in their family as well as other places, that she cannot take the medical field as per the profession. Praful Chandra Ray. I just put Praful Chandra Ray, though lots of people know the Praful Chandra Ray, but I put his name here because he is the person behind the Bengal chemicals. And most of the people don't know why he started the Bengal chemicals. When Praful Chandra Ray came back India for the teaching profession, and he joined the Presidency College, Calcutta, and he come to know that his salary is less than the junior teachers of British junior teachers. Then he went to governor and he asked them, sir, my salary is less than my juniors. Then the governor said, if you think that you are a good chemist, start your own business. And Praful Chandra started the Bengal chemicals. That is nowadays it's known as Bengal chemicals. But initially, he started Bengal Chemical and Pharmaceuticals name, and he started from his own house. He devoted one room of his house for the Bengal chemicals, and he started that particular agency so that people can get jobs there also. Ruchi Ram Sahani. Generally, most of the people know about the Birbal Sahani. But Birbal Sahani is the son of Ruchi Ram Sahani, and because of Ruchi Ram Sahani, Birbal Sahani is able to go in the field of science. And Ruchi Ram Sahani is a professor. He was a paleobotanist, and after, because that time freedom fight was started, so he was politician also, and he take part in the freedom fight. Ashutosh Mukherjee. He was the first person who received double master's degree, MA in mathematics and MSc in physics from the Calcutta University. Nowadays, double master is not a big deal, but that time double master was the big deal. Rukmabai. Rukmabai is the first Indian physician. She was not a gynecologist, she was physician and feminist. She is best known for being the first practicing woman. Because Ganguly was never practicing woman, but Rukmabai was practicing woman. She was doing private practice for the patients. Here's list of scientists who are unsung heroes: Anandi Bai, Upendranath Brahmachari, Darsha Wadia, Mary Ponam Duclos, Rupa Bai Ponondanati, Neil Ratan Dhar, John Burden, Harden, Parmanand Acharya. You can see lots of lists, Salimari, Janki Amman, and I just passed through these lists. And then now I am coming at the place where these names, no one even hear about these names. Gopal Swami, Doraswamy Naidu. He is known as the Edison of India. But up to now, even after lots of presentation, I was not able to know that such name is found in our Indian scientific history, that someone is known as the Edison of India, who worked in the field of light. And he is also known as the miracle man. He purchased one motorbike from the Britishers, and here is the photograph of that motorbike also. And with the help of that motorbike engine, he developed one first cryogenic engine. Narendra Singh Kapni, he was expired in 2020, and he was an American Indian physicist. He was the founder of, he is known as the father of fiber optics. Nowadays, everyone is using fiber optics, but if we'll ask to anyone, no one can tell who is the father of fiber optics. Dr. Nautam Bhatt. Dr. Nautam Bhatt is the scientist who established lot of research institutes. And he is his major contribution in the BTQ's department. He worked in the Department of Defense also. Now here is some unsung stories. I know the heroes. We know all of you know the heroes, but stories are unsung. Like C.N.R. Rao. Everyone knows about him. He's a at present only living Bharat Ratna scientist. And before 2 years, I met Professor C.N.R. Rao sir in our EduSat studio. And that time I asked to him, sir, when and how you became a scientist, and what you think, how we can become a scientist? Because that was a children student scientist interaction program. Then he said, when I was in class 8 or 9, so Professor Sarabhai visited to his school. He saw the Sarabhai come, because that time they were not using pen drive and all that. They were using transparent sheet for the, just like OST sheet for the reflected images, showing the images. He said that I just saw the Sarabhai is moving here and there, and later on I thought, I think scientists run over too much, therefore they become a scientist. And that he was very young. Later on, he says that I think I must do something that after his lecture, he just talked something with Sarabhai. And when he became a scientist, when the C.N.R. Rao become a scientist, he said after coming back to India, when he joined his institute, he saw, he got a table, and with a broken glass on that table, and in his room there was a fan, nothing else in his room. Then he's saying that I'm getting degree from foreign university. I just began here as scientist, but still they are treating like me. And now giving, because in foreign that time scientists are getting lots of facility for their labs, but in India there is not that much facilities. Then he said, how I can do work here in India with less facility. But he tried a lot of work in his work, and later on he published lots of paper in the same lab, and now he is the Bharat. Professor R.A. Mashelkar. I myself inspired very much with Professor R.A. Mashelkar, because he is the person who completed his study from the government school. And when he was taking his admission in engineering college, then he went to college barefoot. He was not able to pay complete fees for the private engineering college. Therefore, he got admission in government engineering college. And most of the time, whenever children are saying that we studied in regional school, government school, so I am not able to do in English. We are able to work in only in our mother tongue, or so that when I asked to him, sir, how you converted your language to Marathi to English, because he is the only person of India who is having 75 honorary doctorate, and from outside of the India. And then he said, I never think language is a boundary for me. Up to 12th, I read Marathi medium. Later on, I try to shift it slowly in English. And everything I never try to learn with one go. I just try to learn step by step. And for the same, he just tell us one story about his life. He said when he got PhD, he went to his teacher and just tell him, sir, I got my PhD. His teacher said, Mashenka, not bad. It's okay. Later on, he got INSA fellowship. Once again, he went to his teacher and he said, sir, I got INSA fellowship. Then once again, his teacher said, Mashenka, it's okay, not bad. Later on, he got FRS, Fellow of Royal Society. Once again, he went to his teacher and sir, I got FRS, Fellow of Royal Society. Then once again, his teacher said, Mashenka, it's not bad. It's okay. Then Mashenka was too angry and he asked to his teacher, sir, what you want? Then his teacher says, Mashenka, science is not having any boundary. If I say that, yes, you did good job, we'll stop doing research. Therefore, I'm saying it's okay, not bad. So that you will go to find some new things and you will be able to do something new. And I want to see you as a Nobel laureate. And nowadays, Mashenka is the only person in India having 75 honorary doctorate from the foreign countries. Professor M.S. Raghunathan, he is also Fellow of Royal Society. Might be some people know about him. So, actually, I'm talking about their life because I just take interview for the Tajassus for all these scientists. So, I asked him, sir, he is a mathematician. Sir, how you become a mathematician? Then he said, I'm not having too much interest in mathematics. My basic interest was in physics. And though I was working very good in maths, so, but in graduation, I just applied in each and every university for the physics honors. And but all university called me for the simple BSc. But in every university, he is getting admission in mathematics honors, but he refused every time. At the end, when he saw that this is the last date, if he will not take admission in mathematics honors, then he will not be able to get anywhere in honors degree. Later on, he ultimately disheartened and of mathematics honors for BSc. Now he is Fellow of Royal Society and published more than 200 research papers in mathematics. Professor Shashi Bala. Professor Shashi Bala is one of the director from DRDO, and she was initially in Leh Ladakh, and when I was taking her interview, she was in Delhi. So she told us that in DRDO, Leh Ladakh, generally people are posted. Generally, they other things that they are on punishment post. Because there is only 6 months they can find pleasant weather, otherwise too much cold. So she said she is working on biological sciences, director for the biological sciences. She tells us that every day, because most of the people who were shifted, transferred at Leh Ladakh, most of them become ill. So she said, if we just make a curriculum there, that how we should do, what we should do, and how we can explain the things, how we can survive here. They make a curriculum for that. Then the people who are transferred there, they can work all together so that they are able to survive there properly. They, for that, they had developed some meditation course. They developed some material which is good for health. So she worked on the life science part there in Leh. Dr. B. Meena Kumari. Dr. B. Meena Kumari is also a biologist. She worked on life sciences, and she is the first female who did DSc in life sciences. First female of India. And initially people don't know about her, but when she started working on the flora and fauna, the later on, initially she was not able to get the DSc degree. Later on, she, after working 5 and 6 years, she was able to get DSc degree in flora and fauna of. She is belonging to Chennai itself. So she is working on flora and fauna of Chennai region, and she get BSc on flora and fauna. Cassie Thomas. So all of know this lady, and but there is one very interesting thing. Very first time DRDO believe any lady for a missile project. Otherwise, because DRDO was established almost along with independence. So in 70 years, 75 years, we cannot say that DRDO was not having any lady scientist of that much skill. But DRDO believed very first time for missile project in women, and she is Tessie Thomas. And therefore she is known as Missile Lady. Now it's your choice. Want to be unsung or create your own story? Thank you.
Any questions?
Students, it is your time to reflect. So Madam quoted so many things. Then you can raise at least 1 or 2 questions.
I now invite Professor A. Tilak Moses, Assistant Professor of Mathematics and President of Hebrew Mathematics Association, to render the vote of thanks.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, of the dais, and dear participants, good evening to one and all. As we come close to the lecture session, it gives me immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks to this august gathering here. This mega event, National Science Week celebration, is supported by DST, DBT, CSIR, MOES, DAE, TOS, ICMR, AICTE, IGNO, and DRDO under the leadership of Principal Scientific Officer to the Government of India and the Ministry of Culture. We are very much thankful to all the funding and sponsoring agencies, both national and state. Very special thanks to the chief guest, Dr. Irfana Begum, Project Officer, EduStat, Vigyan Prasad, Department of Science and Technology, New Delhi, who gave an inspirational lecture on unsung heroes and heroines in science and technology. Madam, thank you. I am very much pleased to extend my thanks to Dr. D. Paul Davran, the principal, Vishavar College in absentia. I extend my heartfelt thanks to the Vice Principal Projects, Dr. Umesh Samuel Jabarseelan, for presiding over the function. Thank you. I take immense pleasure in extending my sincere thanks to Dr. P. Mariappan, Head Department of Mathematics, for his kind support, giving advices and constant encouragement. Thank you. I am very happy to extend my sincere thanks to the State Coordinator, Mr. Manoga. Okay, we are much thankful to the team of office bearers of Mathematics Association for their meticulous planning. An event like this cannot take place overnight. The wheels start rolling weeks ago. We have been fortunate enough to backed by a wonderful group of faculty members who guided us, and above all, our heartfelt thanks goes to the organizing team for guiding us to make this event a great success. Last but not the least, we thank you all our dear participants on behalf of the organizing team and the entire teaching and non-teaching faculty members. Thank you one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Refreshments will be served for all at the end of this program. Let's all stand for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you all. Let's all remain standing as the dignitaries move out of the dais. Dear students, please wait for 5 more minutes. Refreshments will be served to you all. And please to submit the feedback form to Dr. Devi Madam. Please submit the feedback form and submit to Dr. Sagai Roslin, madam. Refreshments are ready to you.